can you, like, intentionally engineer love or connection? What if the path to understanding intimacy isn't quite what society expects?
Well, this book we're looking at today, it dives right into that. It uses the journey of its two main characters, and it's pretty unconventional.
Definitely. It really challenges how we think relationships form and maybe what real strength looks like.
Yeah, it does.
So our mission today is to unpack this specific book, really pull out the surprising ideas it has about relationships, self-discovery, and those hidden strengths people have.
And speaking of digging deep, if you want more AI book analysis that kind of inspires reflection on themes like these, you can check out Mindful Moments. That's our YouTube channel.
It's a great place to keep thinking about this stuff after we wrap up. Okay, so let's jump into the book. First up is Stella Lane. She's an econometrician.
Right, which basically means she uses stats data to understand economic stuff.
And that's so key to her character, isn't it? The book shows she finds social interactions, physical intimacy, really difficult.
Yeah, very. And her way of dealing with it, super pragmatic, almost like she's running an experiment to learn relationship skills, data-driven.
Then you have Michael Larson, the escort. He's got this rebellious vibe, a bit of a past.
And his reasons for doing it are layered. There's money, sure, something about revenge against his father.
Right, related to some past disaster the book mentions.
And he was drawn to the taboo nature of it all.
But it sounds like that's fading after 3 years.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The thrill's gone. You get the sense he's kind of questioning things.
So their first meeting, Clement Hotel. Stella's a bundle of nerves.
Totally anxious. And Michael walks in with his own ideas. You know, he assumes clients lie about their age, like anyone under 40.
He thinks it's always a lie. Yeah, the book says that.
He's used to dealing with secret fantasies. That's what his usual clients want. So Stella's approach just throws him off completely.
And his description is quite vivid, like a K-drama star. Intense but kind eyes, that big dragon tattoo.
Stella chose him specifically for those eyes, actually, after looking through tons of profiles. And the 5-star reviews, of course.
And her proposal. It's wild.
Completely. Hiring him for lessons, practical experience, and intimacy.
She even has, like, a lesson plan.
Yeah.
Or a performance review.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Michael's reaction is, understandably, surprise. Maybe a little irritation, too.
Because it's so clinical. Not what he's used to. Plus, he has that one-session policy, usually.
Right. But this is where things start to shift. Almost immediately.
Yeah, the book really shows how those early interactions, which are all about getting past Stella's barriers, start changing the whole dynamic.
Like that first kiss attempt?
Yeah.
So awkward.
Yeah, Michael has to actually tell her, just kiss me, guide her.
And Stella's reaction is visceral. Skin, hot and sensitive, heart squeezing, sweaty palms, pure tension.
But what's interesting is Michael's patience. He thinks to himself, he had been going slow with me. The others were done by now.
Yeah, his instinct is to go ultra slow with her. It's not just business as usual. That tells you something about him, doesn't it? Even in that job.
It feels like that gentleness starts breaking down the transactional wall right away.
Definitely. And you see Michael reacting physically to her without needing to fantasize about someone else, which is new for him.
And Stella starts thinking, wait, maybe I want him, not just the lessons for someone else, like that Philip James guy.
Which leads to that thought she has, calling Michael her Achilles heel.
That's huge for her. For someone so analytical, admitting a weakness like that, it's a big deal.
It really is. And as we get deeper, we find out more about these hidden sides. Michael, the escort, has this secret passion.
Tailoring.
Yeah, he calls it his secret talent, along with sword fighting and splits, apparently.
It's serious, too. He went to fashion school, turned down a reality TV show because his mom was sick.
It's in his blood, too. His grandfather was a tailor. He actually loves making clothes. It's this whole creative, sensitive side under the surface.
And Stella picks up on it. She asks him, would you make clothes for me?
And you see Michael get vulnerable there. Like, is she interested in this part of me or just my body? That insecurity is revealing.
The book also paints this really rich picture of his family, adds so much context.
Oh, totally. His cousin, Kwan Business School, runs a restaurant, but has this badass Asian drug lord image.
Contrasting with Michael's pretty boy thing, but they're close, right? Trust each other. They spar together.
Yeah, deep trust there. Then there's his quiet brother, Kai. Michael thinks he's like Stella.
Because he's so methodical, practicing kendo strikes over and over.
Exactly. And the sisters, Evie, Sophie, Angie, finishing each other's sentences. Michael calls them aliens.
It sounds like a loud, lively household.
Very. And his mom, worried about his pride. But she sees Stella likes him, peels mangoes for everyone, wants a doctor in the family. It's just a lot, especially compared to Stella's world.
And all this family stuff feeds into Michael's internal battle, right? This fear of being just like his dad.
Absolutely. That the badness had been passed down. He calls his dad a selfish bastard.
So his reason for escorting was partly revenge on his dad.
Seems like it. But then, this is crucial, taking money from Stella starts feeling really wrong. Like he's taking advantage of her.
So the fear isn't just about his dad in general. It's about becoming that specific kind of selfish.
Exactly. That he had become his dad. That conflict becomes huge for him. It forces a real reckoning.
Okay, let's switch back to Stella. Her unique mind, her self-discovery journey. The book really details her social challenges.
It does. Like how easily she gets overstimulated, loud noises, crowds, a club, Michael's chaotic family home. It's all too much.
She needs those pre-socialization reminders. Think before talking, don't talk about work, smile with no teeth.
Yeah, and she still accidentally offends people sometimes because she doesn't have that filter.
Yeah.
And she just can't lie well.
Her job as an econometrician isn't just a job, it's how she sees the world. Analyzing, quantifying.
Everything, including emotions, relationships, which leads to that amazing aha moment in the book.
The Bohr variable.
Yes. She realizes she used market data to quantify love into a single variable.
And is she basically a 0 or 1? Yes or no?
Pretty much. And she found it correlated with women buying underwear for men.
So she tests it by buying Michael underwear.
It sounds quirky, but it shows how she tries to grasp something abstract, like love, using the tools she understands, data, patterns. It's how her mind works.
So that analytical approach is central. And then there's this other huge piece. Quan, Michael's cousin, notices something.
Right. He sees Stella getting overstimulated and points out she's like his brother, Kai, who's autistic.
And Quan tells Michael this.
Yeah. Leading to Michael's big realization. She's autistic, and his immediate thought is regret. What kind of ass was he that he hadn't known?
He feels like he should have been the one to see it, not Quan.
Exactly. And that understanding completely changes how he sees her behavior. It's not just awkwardness anymore. It's part of who she is, her neurotype. It's a huge insight the book offers about different ways of experiencing the world.
And the author's note adds another layer entirely.
It really does. It reveals the author based Stella partly on her own experience. Researching autism for the book led her to learn about it in women.
Things like masking, hiding traits to fit in.
Exactly. And how women often go undiagnosed for years, like the author herself, until she was 34.
Wow. So getting that diagnosis was huge for the author personally.
Immense. Self-realization, feeling not alone, finding her voice through writing Stella. She says she became unapologetically myself ever since and realized a label can set you free. Started therapy, too.
So that personal journey really informs Stella's character arc and the book's message about self-acceptance.
Absolutely. It adds so much depth.
Yeah.
Okay, so things really start moving towards turning points. That charity benefit dinner.
Oh, yeah. Big scene. Stella's super anxious beforehand.
Trying to prepare. Michael jokes she'll be good for business at the door, trying to ease things.
There are little details, like her keeping her credit card in her dress.
Because she had no pockets. And Michael making that maybe not so accidental touch when he gets it for her.
And Philip James is there.
Right. His interaction with Stella is, okay, but you feel the tension with Michael immediately. Sizing him up, that painful handshake.
Telling Stella Michael isn't good enough for her. Ouch! And then Anne introduces Michael as Stella's boyfriend.
Ups the stakes completely. And then the book drops that bomb.
Michael's past connection to Philip's mother, Eliza.
Yeah. Suddenly his escorting life crashes right into their social world. Worlds colliding.
Which leads directly to that massive argument, the breakup after the dinner.
It's intense. Stella's feeling things she didn't expect, emotional and possessive. Michael's just consumed by fear.
Convinced she doesn't love him back, he sees her looking comfortable with Philip, sees her real smile aimed at him, and just assumes the worst.
He feels trapped by love. And that scene where he destroys his designs.
Yeah, ripping up the sketches, the fabric, dream by dream. It's devastating. Shows how tied up his fears are with his passion.
But then, Stella. Her defense of Michael to her family. That scene is incredible.
So powerful. She just lays it out. He's not doing nothing. He's not lazy. He put his career on hold so he could take care of his mom, who's dying of cancer.
He's the kind of person who will give up everything for the people he loves. He's nothing but good.
The book says she tries to hold it together, but then her control just dissolves. She's fierce for him.
It's such a clear insight into her love and loyalty expressed her way. just fiercely protective.
After that, Michael ends the arrangement, right? He feels like he was taking advantage.
Yeah, it confirms his fear. This was why it had felt so wrong. He
Yeah.
needed to stop it, to break that cycle he dreaded.
But they do reconcile.
They do. Michael seats her out. He finally admits his love, his fear. He's vulnerable.
And Stella has her own huge reveal. She donated her trust fund, $15 million.
To start a medical program.
Hmm.
And she explains it so, Stella, like kind of what you're supposed to do with money like that.
Michael realizes her ability to just process and state she'd get over him, almost analytically.
Yeah.
That actually gave him hope.
Yeah, it showed him she could feel intensely, but still function, still want connection. Even if her approach was different, it wasn't coldness, it was just her.
And the ending feels genuinely hopeful. Positive outcomes.
Definitely. Michael and Quan start the tailoring business together. Michael trusts Quan to run the shop.
And Quan's like, been waiting for you to ask me. Perfect.
They get venture backing, partly thanks to Stella's analytics proving it could work, and open 3 stores.
It's great how her unique skills help make his passion a reality.
And Stella keeps growing, understanding her diagnosis, accepting herself, getting better at the talking. She finds this real contentment.
Exciting work during the day, exciting Michael at night. She wanted this every day forever. That says it all, really.
Simple but powerful. And Michael calling her my Stella. It's sweet, shows that commitment.
Plus, she visits his mom, becomes part of the family chaos. His mom even sees it, says Stella really likes you. And his mom's health is improving.
That's a huge weight lifted for Michael.
Sure.
And the book ties it back beautifully to Stella's econometrics.
That variable again, Bally's love.
Yeah, showing how her analytical mind, through loving Michael, found its own way to understand connection beyond just numbers. It became personal, profound.
And the author's note, woven into the book's context, just reinforces that message of self-discovery and finding your voice.
So looking back at the whole journey in this book, it really goes from this calculated arrangement to something deeply real, built on understanding, vulnerability.
And accepting each other exactly as they are.
It challenges so many norms about relationships, doesn't it? Highlights the value of different perspectives.
Shows strength in embracing who you are. Stella's autism, Michael's tailoring. And that love shows up in unexpected ways, quantifying it, putting family first.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener. What hidden strengths or maybe unexpected ways to connect might you be overlooking? In yourself or in others?
How could just understanding unique perspectives change? Change everything.
Something to chew on.
Definitely. A lot of rich ideas packed into this book.
And for more discussions and critical thinking around themes like these, remember you can find Mindful Moments on YouTube, and our podcasts are available wherever you listen.
Absolutely. If you got something out of this discussion, please subscribe to the show for more like it. Maybe share it with someone who'd appreciate these ideas.
And if you want to read the book itself, check the show notes for a link.
Most importantly, just keep thinking critically about the world and the people in it.